One evening, Henry returned to the sheds in a foul temper. "What a nerve that Diesel has!" The other engines were perplexed. "What Diesel?" asked Duck. "That stupid old bowler," hissed Henry. "I met it at the end of the line." The other engines groaned. They could well remember old Bowler from when it had come to their yard before. The impression it made was far from flattering, and feelings remained bitter. "It had the nerve to blame us for its demotion to goods work," snorted Henry. "It's not our fault it's a good-for-nothing diesel," huffed Gordon. The engines were all furious at the news, and they quickly began to talk about the troublesome diesels of the other railway. Duck felt sorry for poor Boko. "They don't mean you, of course," he comforted. "Don't worry, I understand," smiled Boko. "I know what the diesels over there are like. I'd do the same in your position. I only wish I could do something to help," he finished quietly. For the next few days, relations with the other railway were no better. Henry had further run-ins with old Bowler, each seeming worse than the last. But one day there was trouble. A set of faulty points had trapped Henry, leaving his goods without an engine. Boko was called in at the last minute. He was glad to help, though Henry remained dour. "Mind how you go," murmured Henry. "You'll probably get an earful for being acquaintances with such out-of-date claptrap as us proper engines," he sulked. "Ho ho, don't worry," called Boko as he started away. "I won't take any bother." The journey to the end of the line went without fault, and Boko rumbled over the bridge onto the mainland early. But when he arrived at the station, he found a commotion. Old Bowler stood sulking at the head of the return train, smoke billowing from its engine. The station master was furious. "Thank goodness you're here," she said to Boko. "Please, before you take your goods back, get this sorry excuse of an engine out of my sight. It's overheated." Boko glanced over at the sulking diesel. Then an idea struck him. He whispered it quietly to the station master, who shrugged in agreement. Boko quickly rolled away and was coupled to the failed engine. But to the diesel's surprise, Boko moved both it and the train into a siding. "I just need to refuel, then we can get going," explained Boko. "What are you doing?" hissed the diesel. "You're supposed to take me off. I'm not going to that backwater island." "I'm doing exactly what I was asked," replied Boko plainly. "I'm taking my train and getting you out of sight. There's no reason why you can't be brought back tomorrow. Besides, I'm sure my friends will be glad to welcome you back after so long," he added dryly. The diesel faltered and quickly tried to recover. You can't!" "Station master's already agreed." Old Bowler went pale as Boko ambled away to refuel. He returned shortly, but by then the diesel was looking very sorry for itself. "Oh, please, take me off," it begged. "I promise to be good." Boko rolled his eyes, but before he could reply, the diesel pressed on. "I mean it. I'll never be rude to your friends again. I'll even apologize should I see them again. Just don't take me there." It whimpered in such a pitiable way, Boko almost thought it a helpless animal. "Very well then," he sighed. "But mind you keep your word." The diesel blurted its reassurances, and Boko shunted it away. It was still muttering quietly long after the train had left. Boko, of course, had only been pretending. "I only hope that diesel sticks by what it says," he murmured to himself. He arrived home safely, and for the next few days kept an ear out. but there was no word about Old Bowler, good or bad. Until one evening, Henry returned home. "I met that Old Bowler again today," he puffed, "and you know what? It apologized to me." "Surely not," gasped Duck. "Impossible," added Gordon. "It's true," replied Henry. "It offered the same to all of you, too. I wonder what could have happened. It seems quite the changed engine." The engines were surprised, and they quickly fell into a buzz of discussion speculating what may have happened. They were so busy no one noticed Boko smiling triumphantly at the back of the shed.